Welcome to the online English class. As usual, I am Mahmoud Hassan, lecturer in English, Rani Bhavani Government Women College, Natur. Here are some contact details of me. You can have me through this email account also, and this is my cell number. Our today's topic of discussion or learning outcome. We'll discuss used to, be used to, but for, and would rather. We will see or notice the application of used to, be used to, but for, and would rather here in this class. First of all, we are here to learn used to, the application of used to. Actually, we use used to when we refer to things in the past which are no longer true now. It can refer to repeated actions or to a state or situation. That is, used to is used when something happened continuously or frequently during a period in the past. So, this is a continuous action in the past, not in present, in the past. So here are some examples which will make you clear. He used to play football for the local team, but he is too old now. I used to live in London. That means I was in London, I lived in London, but now I do not. I do not live in London. We used to go sailing on the lake in the summer. We were habituated to go sailing on the lake in the summer, but not now. You used to see a lot of her, didn't you? That White House over there used to belong to my family. It belonged to my family in the past, but not anymore. So, my dear students, the phrase used to is used in the past and the continuation or frequent action of the past event. We use this term. In very formal style, we can use the negative form, use not to. Example, she used not to live as poorly as she does now. She used not to live as poorly as she does now. Now, we will discuss be used to. We use be used to something, doing something, to talk about something that we are familiar with, so that it no longer seems new or strange to us. In the present event, in the present habit, we actually use be used to, and regarding the thing we use this term, it doesn't seem new or strange to us. Here are two examples. We are used to the noise from the traffic now. We are used to the noise from the traffic now. I am used to getting up early. I am used to getting up early. This is the habit of present. Actually, I do it in present time. We can also use get used to something, replaceable to be used to. We can also use get used to something. Examples: don't worry, you'll soon get used to his sense of humor. Don't worry, you'll soon get used to his sense of humor. I didn't think I could ever get used to living in a big city after living in the country or village. I didn't think I could ever get used to living in a big city after living in the country or village. So, my dear students, now we'll discuss another phrase, but for. We use but for to introduce the only factor that causes a particular thing not to happen or not to be completely true. Actually, we use but for to mean except for. So, here are some examples, and that examples will make you clear regarding the phrase but for. But for your help, I couldn't have been succeeded in that case. That means without your help or except your help, I could not have been succeeded in that case. Rohim would certainly have been included in the team but for his recent injury. That means Rohim is not in our team right now. Rohim would certainly have been included in the team but for his recent injury. But for your timely warning, we would have been unaware of the danger. Without your timely warning, except for your timely warning, we would have been unaware of the danger. That means we are aware right now. The work was now complete, but for a final coat of paint. So, my dear students, this phrase but for is used to mean except for. Thank you. Now, another important modal would rather in special uses of words or phrase. We notice the application of would rather. In our exam, we get some questions regarding this important phrase or modal would rather. So now we want to learn about this. We use would rather to talk about preferring one thing to another. To prefer one thing to another, we introduce this term would rather. So would rather has its contracted form apostrophe D rather, would rather. Here are some examples. She would rather die than give us peace. So she would rather die than give us peace. She prefers dying rather to give us peace. I would rather walk than go by your car. It means it's better for me. I will rather walk than go by your car. They would rather go back to their village than live in a polluted environment in the city. They prefer to go back to their village rather than live in a polluted environment in the city. My dear students, in case of negative application of would rather and in case of interrogative application of would rather, the way we use the operator would. Actually, in examples, it is shown or displayed. Here in negative aspects, we use the terminology would rather in this way. I would rather not stay here. I would rather not stay here. Or I would not rather stay here. Both are correct and both can be used. Both are replaceable, bear the same meaning. We would rather not stay here. I would not rather stay here. The same is the meaning. And in interrogative application, actually we put would, the operator would, in the very beginning. Would he rather stay here? Would I rather complain against him? So, my dear students, this is a very important phrase. It is also a modal, would rather. You know, modals have different communicative applications. And to prefer something than another thing, we introduce or use would rather. Thank you very, very much. My suggestion to you all is that please watch on our all online classes, and if you feel it's better not to go outside, stay at home, study mass and watch on our all online classes. Thank you very, very much.